was a resting day? Did you go out? Did you go with your dogs?
Well, in the morning I went to the park with my dog, but then suddenly something happened and it was weird because I just got sick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. My
Oh,
dad
really?
says that it's about the all the stress that I had on during the year on my work, and then when I just start to
Yes.
resting, my body just like loses everything. I don't know. I just start to feel like dizzy. I had a stomach ache, and
Oh,
then yeah, my temperature just go up, and then I just got a lot of. I just fall asleep. I cannot even wake up, and it was actually was so weird. So I
wow,
spent the
Gabriel.
day. Yes, I spent the entire day sleeping. I just wake up like 1 hour ago.
Wow, that's strange again.
Yes, I don't know what
But yes,
happened. I just
maybe this is what your dad says, no? Maybe.
yes, I think about it all the same that it was about the stress and all the I don't know, but I just feel so weird and even all my family was like, "What happened with him?" Because I know I get sick in that way, but also they told me that, "Do you want to feel go to the doctor or something?" And I was like, I don't even can, I can't even wake up. I just open my eyes and I feel so tired, and then I had headache, and then I was having weird dreams. It was something, it was something so weird yesterday, but I'm feeling
Oh,
okay
yeah, that
today.
is strange. Very,
Yes.
very strange. Pues sí, Gabriel, maybe it's a good idea to go to the doctor, huh?
Yes, yes, I will be on observation during the day. So, but yes,
Good,
I'm feeling okay right now. So I'm eating, so I can
very good.
because yesterday also my body doesn't like if I ate something, my stomach start to feel weird. So right now I'm feeling good. So let's
Wow,
see what happens today.
very good. Good, excellent, excellent. Good, okay, excellent. Hello, Jimmy. Good morning, Jimmy. How are you, Jimmy? Fine.
Hello, teacher. Good morning. Fine,
Excellent,
thank
Jimmy.
you.
Jimmy, how
And
was
you?
your day? Yes, very good, fine too. Jimmy, how
Um,
was your day yesterday, Jimmy?
mm, very. I don't know. It was good. It was good. I do
Did you go
some.
out?
I
Did
did
you stay
some.
at home?
I stayed at home and I did some. I cleaned my house because on the weekend I didn't anything. I did anything.
I didn't do anything. Okay.
I
Very
didn't
good.
do
Okay, Jimmy.
anything. Yes.
Jimmy, and did you have time to watch a movie? Because I mean, cleaning the house all day is tiring, no?
Yes. No,
No.
I didn't see anything. I my only I listen music when I clean my house.
Very good. Excellent, Jimmy. Good, Jimmy. Jimmy, and what about there in what about there in your town, Jimmy? Are there good cinemas, good malls to go, or not at all?
There are good food because we
There is good,
because
there is good
here
food. There is good food.
good food because there are no there are nothing to visit. Just we have a museum, uh,
Okay.
El Santo, and
Ah, oh, El Santo.
yes, but there is not too much to see because the most part of
Okay.
the collection are in Mexico City.
Ah, okay, okay. So, it means that if
And
you want to go, Yes, sure.
You.
Yes, okay, it means that if you want to go to a mall or to a big cinema, you must travel to Pachuca, right?
No, there are cinema. There are two cinema. One of they are Cine del Villar, and there is
Okay.
the oldest cinema here, but it's very
Ah,
small.
okay.
And the other one is Cinemex.
Okay, Cinemex. Very good. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Okay, excellent. Hello, Aline. Good morning, Aline. How are you, Aline?
Hello, teacher. Morning.
Excellent, Aline. Welcome, Aline. Aline, how was your day yesterday, Aline?
Yesterday I went to the dentist with my mom and
Very good.
then we ate in the shopping center.
Excellent. What did you eat? Pizza.
No,
No,
we ate um
we ate
we ate uh, Chinese food.
Chinese food. Oh, okay, okay.
Chinese
Excellent.
food.
Very good. Okay. Excellent. Delicious. Delicious, Aline. Very good. Okay. Okay, so let me write your name. So here is him. Here is Aline. Hello, Scarlett. Good morning, Scarlett. How are you?
Hi, teacher. Good morning. Fine, thank you.
Excellent. Scarlett, how are you day yesterday, Scarlett?
It was okay. The usual.
Yes.
I went to work, went to gym, make some groceries, and in the
Okay.
afternoon I went to the park with my pet,
Very good.
my
Okay,
puppies.
okay, okay. And okay, how do you feel?
I'm better, thank you, teacher. I
Very
have a
good.
little congestion in my nose, but I'm okay.
Very good. Uh, and what's the weather like there, Scarlett? Cold?
It's cold. Uh, well, it's very weird. I mean, uh, uh, in the morning is
Yes.
very hot, but in the
Very,
evening it's very cold. So that
very good.
change in the weather it's make me sick.
Yes, obviously. Yes, yes. Very good. Okay, okay. Okay, what about Natalie? Good morning, Natalie. How are you, Natalie?
Hi, teacher. Mommy. I'm fine, thank
Excellent.
you.
Natalie, very good. Natalie, how was your day yesterday, Natalie?
My day was normal. I just in the morning I work, and then in the afternoon I just take my daughter to swimming classes, and then
Okay, okay, okay.
yeah, that's it. That's very
Very good, Natalie. Very good. Okay, okay. Okay, listen, I'm going to share my screen with you. So let's begin with the date and the goal. Look at this. It's like this. There you go. Okay. Alright, today is April 15, 2025. It says, goal by the end of the lesson, the students will practice some listening and grammar. Okay. Please copy the date and please copy the goal. Okay.
Done, teacher.
Okay. Let's continue working on the book. Okay. Which is here. It says, reading the sentences in the grammar box. Match them with the rules below. For example, uses of would. Yesterday we were checking the use of would. So let's continue working on that. It says, A, would you mind telling us that story you told me earlier? B, I wouldn't accept it. I had to stand up for myself. C, you think so? D, she asks if I will leave the room. E, in the earlier days, I would run up against attitudes like that a lot. For example, use would, okay, to refer to past habits or typical expected behavior, sentence, okay, to make a polite request, sentence, okay, to express an opinion in a polite way, to report a statement or a question with will, or to talk about what someone is willing or unwilling to do. Okay, I'm going to share this with you on the WhatsApp group, so you can also have the activity videos. Okay, very good. There it is. Okay, very good. Okay, it's there. Okay, very good. Okay, for I think it's easy. Okay, for example, it says to refer to past habits or typical expected behavior. That is sentence with this E. Okay, okay. Okay, what about let's say Gabriel? What about Gabriel says to make a polite request?
Yes, I said that is the A. Would you mind to telling us the story you told me earlier?
Very good, letter A. Okay, I agree with that. Okay, good. Okay, what about let's say Jimena? It says to express an opinion in a polite way.
Letter B.
Letter B. Okay, very good. Okay, okay, very good. Okay, 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 good. What about let's say Aline? Aline says to report a statement or a question with will.
The C.
Letter C, you think so? Mhm.
Oh, D. Sorry.
Mm, I would say it's exactly. I would say letter D here. Very good. And then finally, okay, okay. Here I will say, okay, to talk about what someone is willing or unwilling to do. Okay, you think so? Very good. Hello, Ame. Good morning, Ame. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thanks.
Excellent. Ame, how was your day yesterday, Ame?
My day yesterday was very relaxing. I
Very
slept
good. Okay.
until late and only watched movies.
Okay. Excellent, Ame. Very good. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Okay. Okay. So listen. It says rewrite the prompts to create questions using Google. Okay. Ask a partner your questions. Okay. Answer the questions your partner asks you. For example, what do weekends childhood feel comfortable? Tell something personal. What expectation strangers have you? What do if strangers insult you? Okay. Yes, so I will also share this activity with you there on the WhatsApp group. There it goes. Okay. 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 For example, I don't question when it says, what do weekends childhood? Okay. Remember, we have to use would. Here, would is to speak about the past. Okay. For example, number one, it says, what would you do, okay, on your childhood What would you do in your childhood? Okay. On weekends? What would you do in your childhood on weekends? Okay. Okay. But let's continue with the other frequent with number 2, 3, and 4, and then we check, okay? Very good. Okay, I think it's easy. Okay, I start with Natalia. The question to Natalia, feel comfortable, tell something personal.
I don't have that one, but I think
No,
it is no.
don't worry. Wait, take your time. Okay, don't worry, take your time. Don't worry, Natalia. Take your time. Don't worry.
Okay. Would you feel comfortable? Would you feel comfortable?
Will you feel, look at this, okay? Will you feel
Comfortable,
comfortable if
comfortable
if
if you tell something personal?
if you told, if you told something personal?
If you tell
Exactly. Will
something
you feel
personal.
comfortable? Exactly. If you told something personal. Remember, this is second conditional, okay? Very good. Okay. What will I say? Ame, what expectation strangers have you?
What would you
What would,
have
what would you have? Okay, let's see. What would you have?
for a stranger expectation?
What would you have for strangers expectation? What would you have for strangers expectations? Sounds weird, okay? What would you have for strangers expectation? What expectation would you? Well, yes, grammatically is correct, okay? But maybe another possibility is like this, okay? What expectation? Look at this. What expectation? Okay. Will strangers, okay, have from you maybe? Pero no está from, okay. What expectation will strangers have from you? Okay, but what, but I mean sentence is key, is a hidden sentence. It's a good sentence, okay? Okay, let's say, please, Scarlett, what do if strangers insult you?
What will you do if a stranger insults you?
If, if a
A
stranger,
stranger
if,
you?
okay, insulted you, it is. It's also second conditional, okay? What would you do if a stranger insulted you? Okay, it's another second conditional example, like this one, okay? Okay, friends, very good. Okay, so here it says, speaking group work, think critically. Look at the actions in the box. At what age do you think a person is too old or too young to do them? For ideas, okay, watch Ryo's video, okay? So if you can hear, you will be able to see the video. But let's do this way, okay? For example, post a selfie, go to music festivals, start a business, ride a skateboard to and from work, own a pet, get a tattoo, wear jewelry, drive and boat. For example, it says, think about your scenarios from exercise 4A. What attitudes might a young or old person run up against? How would you advise them to respond? Okay, I will tell them to stand up for themselves. For example, with exercise A, it says, what age do you think a person is too old or too young to do them? Okay. For example, there is to own a pet. Okay. You say, I will say that a baby, okay, is too young, okay, to own a pet. Okay. Remember, here we are practicing the use of would in order to express your opinion. Okay. Okay. For example, pick just one of them. Okay. And please write a sentence like my example. I will say that a baby is too young to own a pet. Okay. Or you can also say, for example, I would declare that. Okay. Okay. Or I will mention that. Okay. I will say, I will mention, I will declare. Okay. Say, I will admit that. Okay. Any of them. You can use any of them. Okay. So please choose one topic and then please write one sentence expressing your opinion. Okay. You can use I will say, I will declare, I will mention, I will admit. Okay. Very good.
Just with one example, right?
Exactly. Good. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's start with Gabriel. What about Gabriel? What is your example, Gabriel, please?
Yes. Mm, I said I will mention that all people are the ones who can start a business.
Very good. Okay. Okay. That's a good example. Very good. Okay. What about, let's say, Jimen? What are your example, Jimen?
Mm, I will admit that a teenager is too young uh, to get a tattoo.
To get a tattoo. Very good. Okay. Excellent. Good. Good. What about Aline? What are your example, Aline, please?
A kid will be too young to start a business.
Huh? Very good. Okay, okay, okay. Scarlett, please.
Yeah, I will admit that I went to a lot of music festivals when I were younger.
When I was younger. Very good. Okay. Natalie, please.
Mm.
I will mention that children are too young to vote.
Very good. Okay, 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 okay. And Ame, please.
I would say that when you are young, you can do a lot of things more than be old.
more, more than
Not that when you
more
are
than
old,
when you are old. More than exactly. More than when you
yes.
are old. Exactly. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Okay, my friends. Okay. So here it says, let's practice some listening. Listening says, look at the picture. What do you think is happening? It says, who isn't participating? Why not? Listen to a conversation between Adam and Belan. Check the things they feel the same about. For example, kids aren't affected by much by labels. Learning a language can change the way you see yourself. People treat you differently when you can speak their language. Okay, so for that, I'm going to open the book. Okay, okay, very good. Okay, okay, I'm going to share. Wait a minute. I'm going to share the activity with you so you can also have it there. Wait a minute. Very good. Okay, okay, there it is. Okay, okay. So let's listen to the conversation. Okay, and just let's check. Okay, the activities. Okay, in which kids they feel okay they feel safe about. For example, kids are affected much by labels, maybe yes, maybe no. Learning a language can change the way you see yourself, maybe yes, maybe no. And people treat you differently when you speak their language. Okay, so I'm going to play it once. Okay, there it goes.
Lesson 2.3, page 16. Exercises 1B and 1C.
You know, it's weird how you gain more confidence when you start speaking another language.
What do you mean?
I mean, I was always the quiet kid at school, the one who never had much to say.
I hear you. I never opened my mouth either. I was the shy one, the introvert. That's how they labeled me anyway.
Really? I got stuck with the shy label too. I mean, I was quiet, but I never really considered myself shy or introverted.
I can relate to that. But kids want to please people, fulfill expectations, especially adults' expectations. If they label you an introvert, that's how you behave, right?
So true. But I found that it's kind of like that with speaking a foreign language. Half the time you don't know what they're saying, so you just nod and smile. But even when you do understand, you aren't sure you can express yourself well or correctly, so you don't take part in the conversation. I always feel like that quiet kid who gets mislabeled as shy all over again.
I know exactly what you mean. And when that happens, people think you have nothing to say and just kind of ignore you.
Yeah, but I found that as you get more fluent and can start expressing what you think, people take you more seriously. Has that been the case for you?
Oh, sure. The first time that happened was a few years ago. I was at a wedding where practically nobody spoke English, so I just went for it. People were surprised at first, and my Spanish wasn't great then, but speaking their language changed things. They included me in the conversation, just like everyone else.
That reminds me of the time when I was at a meeting and I had to speak German. It really boosted my confidence when I could see that people were actually listening to me, taking me seriously.
That's just like the time I went to Mexico for a conference. I could speak to everyone, and it changed how I saw myself. Well, how I see myself, even now. It's amazing. I'm a more confident person, you know? I feel more assertive. In fact, I feel more assertive in Spanish than I do in English.
I know how you feel. Same here with me in German. The best thing is that people respect you more when you can speak their language, don't you think? They don't label you as some amateur. They treat you like an equal.
Tell me about it. One person at the conference even called me professor because I spoke so well.
Or maybe it was because of your glasses.
What a coincidence. That's exactly what my sister said.
Okay, man. So let's ask, for example, Scarlett. Scarlett. What about the A, Scarlett? Did they agree or not? It says, listen to the conversation between Adam and Bella. Check the things they feel the same about. So basically, it was about to agree or to disagree. What about the Scarlett letter A? Kids are affected much by labels.
It's,
Did they agree or they didn't agree?
they were agree.
They agreed, okay? It
Yeah.
says kids are affected much by labels. Not quite as kind of. Actually, they mentioned that they were labeled as introvert, and they also said that when a kid gets a label, he or she starts to behave like that. So, like them, okay, Adam and Bembela mentioned that they got the label for being introvert, and they started to behave like that. So here, kids are affected most by label. It's false, okay, because they suffer that condition and they started to behave in that condition, okay? Very good.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, Harry, if se quiere que el uso fuera, kids are affected by labels, much by labels, sí, sí estaría correcto, okay? But no, because in the conversation, okay, they spoke that they were behaving in that under that label because they got that label, okay? Okay, whatever, let's say Amen. Learning a language can change the way you see yourself, Amen. Did they agree on this, Amen, or they didn't agree?
They agree.
Exactly. In this one, in this case, they agree. Very good, okay? What about, let's say, Aline, people treat you differently when you can speak their language. Did they agree or they didn't agree?
They agree, I think.
Exactly. They agreed. Exactly. Yes. Good. Okay. Now, look at the next. It says, listen for agreement. It says, look at the expression from the conversation. Write E for those that refer to exactly the same experiences, or D for different experiences that produce the same feeling. Then listen again and check your answers, okay? For example, I can relate to that. That is D, okay? Different experiences that produce the same feeling. I know exactly what you mean. That reminds me of the time when, that's just like the time. I know how you feel. What a question. So listen here, my friends. We are going to do some speech analysis, okay? So we're going to listen to the same conversation, but this time we are going to see the same conversation with different eyes, okay? Remember, look at the expression from the conversation. Write E for those that refer to exactly the same experiences, or look at D for different experiences that produce the same feelings. Okay. Okay, so let's listen again. There it goes.
Lesson 2.3, page 16. Exercises 1B and 1C.
You know, it's weird how you gain more confidence when you start speaking another language.
What do you mean?
I mean, I was always the quiet kid at school, you know? The one who never had much to say.
I hear you. I never opened my mouth either. I was the shy one, the introvert. That's how they labeled me anyway.
Really? I got stuck with the shy label too. I mean, I was quiet, but I never really considered myself shy or introverted.
I can relate to that. But kids want to please people, fulfill expectations, especially adults' expectations. If they label you an introvert, that's how you behave, right?
So true. But I found that it's kind of like that with speaking a foreign language. Half the time you don't know what they're saying, so you just nod and smile. But even when you do understand, you aren't sure you can express yourself well or correctly, so you don't take part in the conversation. I always feel like that quiet kid who gets mislabeled as shy all over again.
I know exactly what you mean. And when that happens, people think you have nothing to say and just kind of ignore you.
Yeah, but I found that as you get more fluent and can start expressing what you think, people take you more seriously. Has that been the case for you?
Oh, sure. The first time that happened was a few years ago. I was at a wedding where practically nobody spoke English, so I just went for it. People were surprised at first, and my Spanish wasn't great then, but speaking their language changed things. They included me in the conversation, just like everyone else.
That reminds me of the time when I was at a meeting and I had to speak German. It really boosted my confidence when I could see that people were actually listening to me and taking me seriously.
That's just like the time I went to Mexico for a conference. I could speak to everyone, and it changed how I saw myself. Well, how I see myself, even now. It's amazing. I'm a more confident person, you know? I feel more assertive. In fact, I feel more assertive in Spanish than I do in English.
I know how you feel. Same here with me in German. The best thing is that people respect you more when you can speak their language, don't you think? They don't label you as some amateur. They treat you like an equal.
Tell me about it. One person at the conference even called me professor because I spoke so well.
Or maybe it was because of your glasses.
What a coincidence. That's exactly what my sister said.
Okay, I said, what about Gabriel? Gabriel, what about Gabriel? I know exactly what you mean, Gabriel. Is it letter E or D, Gabriel?
Yes, letter E.
Letter E. Very good. Exactly. Let me. Okay. Exactly. Letter E. Okay. Do you remember why, Gabriel? What was the topic
Uh,
when they spoke about this question? I know exactly what you mean.
uh, yeah, honestly, I do not remember. But I guess they were talking about the things about the how they feel with the speaking another foreign language. I guess I don't know actually. I don't know them actually.
Yes, okay. Very good. Okay. What about Jime? What Jime number three, Jime? That reminds me of the time when letter E or letter D, Jime.
Letter D.
Letter D. Okay. Do you remember what was the context, Jime, for this sentence?
Mm, they start to compare their personal situations when we start to stay in other place, and the people how the people look they or
So look
see
at them. Look at them.
look at them, look at them.
Very good. Jime. Okay. Very good. Okay.
And I remember
Aline.
that.
It's like they were like sharing that one was speaking in Spanish and the boy was speaking in German. Okay. Very good. Let's say, Aline, that's just like the time, Aline, E or D, Aline.
E.
Very good. The letter D, okay, letter D, okay. Aline, do you remember the context and him, Aline, what they were speaking about?
I don't remember if it was the the part that they were speaking about the time they were at the school or not. I don't remember so much.
Okay. Yes, in this part, they were speaking about how they felt, okay, how they felt when they were in a different setting. For example, she was in a setting of in Mexico. Okay, so supposedly she came to Mexico, and the boy was speaking in Germany. So they had the same feeling, okay, but with different environments, okay, about speaking a foreign language, okay. Very good. What about the Scarlett? I know how you feel, Scarlett. D or E, Scarlett?
That was number D.
The D. Okay. Do you remember, Scarlett, the setting for that?
No, I can't remember why.
No. Okay. 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 And what about Natalie?
So weird.
Natalie, number six, Natalie. What a coincidence.
Letter E.
The other E. Do you remember what was the setting, Natalie, for that? What was the environment? What they were speaking
Mm,
about? Don't
when he
remember?
said,
Yes.
I think when he said, when the woman said that uh, they call a teacher because she speak really well, and the guy said, "Oh, what I consider I think is for your glasses,
Exactly. And
for her
also the
glasses."
gear sister. Exactly. The gear sister also said the same, okay? That she was like a teacher because of her glasses, okay? Excellent,
Yes.
friends. Very good. Okay. Very good. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, listen. I'm going to share an activity with you. Look at this. Wait a minute, okay? Okay, let's continue practice. Okay, more activities like the lingual skill test. Okay, okay, which for sure, okay, this should be really easy for you. Okay, listen, I'm going to share it there on the WhatsApp group. There it goes. Okay, there it goes. Okay, okay. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so this time, my friends, here we have this activity which is closely related to the kind of activity you will find on the lingual skill. It says for question 96, 16, read the text below and decide which word best fits each gap. Use only one word for each gap. Yes, in the separate answer sheet, write your answers in capital letters, using one box per letter. Okay, so that you won't do that, okay, you can write here directly on the text. Okay, it says the first Apple Mac. It says competing fiercely a share of four of the emergency home computer market in 1979. A successful young company called Apple was developing its Lisa computer. The second commercial machine utilized a graphic user interface. The engineers at Apple knew that success in being able to precisely render an image visible on a screen on the printed page. Being confined to just one printer, and the company's founding executive, the late Steve Jobs, had in Elisa a product that he knew could change the world of office communications. It was to be the Elisa sector, the seminal Macintosh that would ultimately change the world. The Apple Macintosh computer was launched in January 1984 through a highly profiled marketing that deployed an advert directly by Ridley Scott at a national premiere during the half break of that year's Super Bowl, the USA's most popular televised sporting event. Priced at $2,485, it was the first commercial available desktop computer with a GUI and mouse, and its acknowledged potential among the design and graphic arts communities was profound. Then, as they say, is history. Okay, okay, so let's complete. Okay, here in this case, as in the lingual scale, we don't have options. Okay, so you have to come up, think, and come up with the best word. Okay, very good. Okay, so I continue sharing in a minute. Very good. There yours. Okay, so let's stop here. Okay, we will check it tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much for being here today. Have a great day, and please take care. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you. See you
Okay,
tomorrow.
teacher. See you.
Thank you.
Bye
Have a
bye.
nice day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.